Hello, everybody. Welcome to Weekly Trash, the safe place to cleanse your mind, body, and soul of all that trash you consume this week so you can consume some more tomorrow. I'm your host, Josie Van Dyke, and it is Trash Day. Today's solo episode, we are taking out some much needed trash because we had 2 guest episodes in a row. So I have not yapped, just you and I, for a hot minute. And so much has happened. I went to New York. We had the live show. So we must discuss. We must take out trash. If you're watching on YouTube, I am wearing a headband. And I don't know why I didn't hop on the headband train before. It's incredible. It covers all my baby hairs, covers my bald spots, covers the grease, and it makes me look so fab. Like I look so cool. It's giving cool girl, walking through the city, doing Pilates, drinks green juice, drinks matcha, even though I don't drink green juice or matcha, but it's so cute. I will be wearing headbands more often. You will be seeing a lot more headbands in this studio because it makes life so much easier. Like I looked like a rat, and then I put on this headband, put a little bit of makeup on, got my Dyson, did a couple of curls, and now I feel like I look so cute. And if you don't think I look cute, please don't tell me. But I'm wearing a headband, and I love headbands. So that's the first thing in the trash is I am now a headband girl. And I do think the headbands for a minute there were reminding me of like 2009, my soccer days when I would wear headbands. And maybe that's why I was like, I don't think I'm into it. I don't think I want to do it. And I'm sorry it took so long because this is it. This is a fit. This is a vibe. I'm a headband girl. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, you may notice we have mic flags. That's what these bad boys are called. Every official podcast has these bad boys. And I actually got a gift card, was it 2 Christmases ago? My sister-in-law, Kesley, who if you ever go to one of my events or parties, she is helping run it all because she is a planning event girly. Love her. She had gifted me a gift card to get these mic flags like 2 years ago. And I just never did it because it wasn't on the forefront of my mind. And I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then when I redid the studio, I was like, no, I want to be legit. I feel like I've hit a point where I should have mic flags. Every legit podcast has mic flags. So I did it. I got them. They took like 3 weeks to get here. It was a long time, but it was worth it. I think they're so cute. I was a little nervous because I was like, what if they come and they're ugly and they don't match? But they match and they look really good. So if you're watching on YouTube, please enjoy the mic flags that make me look like a legit podcast, which I am a legit podcast. This is a legit podcast. Okay. I had a live show. I'm legit. I am legit. Should that be the title of the episode is I am legit? Because like I am. We just got to keep telling ourselves we're legit. Also, if you're new here, hi. So glad you're here. I've had a couple people message me and say, hey, I want to start listening to the podcast. Where should I start? And that is a very good question. Now, some would say start at season 1. No. Okay. Season 1 is dead to me. Season 2, also dead to me. I don't know that girl. I don't know her. I don't recognize it. Please don't listen to season 1 and season 2. Not that they're bad. I honestly don't even know because I haven't even been brave enough to go back and listen. I feel like I would cringe so hard. It's like anytime when you look back on old photos and you're looking at your outfits and you're like, what was I wearing? I feel like if I listened back, I'd be like, what was I saying? What was I doing? I also didn't edit, which kind of a slay, but everything was a one take. So not my best work by any means. I feel like I have grown and learned a lot in the almost 4 years that I've been doing this. So I wouldn't necessarily listen to season 1 or 2, but I also think maybe it would be fun. Maybe it would be fun to make fun of me. So like, sure, season 1, season 2, go for it. And if you watch season 2 on YouTube, even a little bit of season 1, because I'm trying to remember, season 1 was a full year. And I was pregnant. So it's a lot of Helga, which if you're new here, you're like, who's Helga? Helga is my alter ego. She's ugly. And she comes out all the time. She is the ugliest version of myself. And I'm not very photogenic. I kind of feel like it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because when people see me in person, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. And I'm like, oh, is it because you thought I was ugly because of my photos? Cool. So that's not great, but it's also kind of nice because then the expectations are really low. Like people have really low expectations of what I'm going to look like in person. And then they're pleasantly surprised when I'm stunning. So yeah, Helga is the version of me that shows up on camera, and she shows up even in person as well. I don't have, proof of it, but I have a lot of photos of Helga. And so Helga, how did Helga come to be? Oh yeah, season 1, season 2. Yeah, Helga, she's there. She's there. She is large and in charge. Okay. And I think some people don't know I'm pregnant. And so they're like, oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight. Like you look like a different person. And I'm like, well, yes, but also I was pregnant. And when I'm pregnant, I gain like 100 pounds. And I'm not even exaggerating. I gain 100 pounds and I work out every day. So yeah, not God's favorite. It's fine. But I do look like Helga in those seasons. So if you do watch on YouTube, just be prepared to be confused on who that person is. Because it ain't me. It don't look like me. And I'm thriving right now. I'm in my trizepatide, tummy tuck, hair extension, fake bitch era. And I'm low-key hot as fuck. So different person, different times. But I think the episodes are probably funny. So if you want to go back and listen to those, you can. I also think season 3 is where it gets very deep. The first episode of season 3, I talk about my ketamine experience. And I talk about some really deep, heavy stuff. Trigger warning. We talk about childhood sexual abuse. So if you want to cry, you could start with that one. That's the thing. You never know what you're going to get with Weekly Trash. We could be talking about very serious topics that make you emotional, or we could be talking about random crap that doesn't bring you any emotion and is just a good time. You really don't know. So if you're new here, just start wherever you're called to start. Okay. Maybe pull up all the episodes and just run through them. And then when the music stops, like play some music, and then wherever your finger lands, that's the first episode you listen to. I personally love solos because I'm a narcissist, but I do think that the guest episodes are obviously what gave me a platform. So the guest episodes are really, really good as well. But I love the solos because I feel like they're so much more personal and you really get to know me and my personality. And in the beginning, I feel like my guest episodes, I talked a lot in them because I didn't really know what the groove was. And people were like, she talks too much. And I was like, okay, well, this is my podcast, so I'm going to be talking. And then I was like, okay, maybe I do need to like shut up and give my guests more time to just speak about themselves. And over time, the guest episodes have gotten way more guest focused and I've been mute. I've been way more quiet and just kind of given them the opportunity to speak without interrupting them. But because of that, I feel like people don't really get to know my personality or me or my humor. And so I like the solos because you kind of get to see more of that. And I'm not everyone's cup of juice. That's the other thing. If you're new here, we say juice, not tea, even though sometimes I do mess up and I say tea, but it is juice. It's juice. What other things do I need to let you know if you're new here? Sorry to interrupt, but today's episode is brought to you by Minky Couture. You will never want to buy another blanket ever again. I would know because I've had lots of blankets, and ever since I got that one viral blanket that you see online, the Minky Couture blanket, I am confidently telling you that it is the best blanket ever. Everyone needs to have something as cozy as Minky in their home. There's nothing quite like coming home after a long day and cuddling up with your Minky Couture blanket. They are soft and luxurious, and it feels like a cuddling cloud. Okay, just cuddle it up. There's so many different types of blankets out there, but seriously, nothing compares to Minky Couture. They have the largest selection of colors, sizes, and patterns on the market. They are the creator of the original Hugs blanket, a double-sided, stretchy, and plush style that literally hugs you back. I've never had a blanket that even comes close to my Minky Hugs. Minky Couture is a female-owned business started by a mother who wanted to provide luxurious comfort to her daughter through a tough time. Since 2009, Minky Couture has been able to bring comfort and luxury to homes all over the world. Passionate about giving back to the community, they donate over 30
1,000 mini Minkies to NICUs across the country every year. And lucky for you guys, I have partnered with Miki Couture to bring this comfort and luxury into your home by offering listeners an exclusive 50% off discount. That's right, 50% off. Use your code WEEKLYTRASH at checkout for 50% off your next purchase on all full priced items. You can use it in store or online at softmikiblankets.com. Again, use code WEEKLYTRASH for 50% off your next purchase and treat yourself to the best blanket ever. Follow them on Instagram for additional deals and updates at Miki Couture. Thanks, Miki, for sponsoring today's episode.
Today's episode is brought to you by Cozy Earth. February is all about showing yourself a little extra love. And you guys know that I love Cozy Earth. So whether you're getting something for your partner, a friend, or honestly just yourself, now's the time because Cozy Earth is doing a BOGO pajama sale until February 8th, where you literally can get one and get one free. So you got to do it. I have their pajama sets and I am not exaggerating when I say they are the best pajamas. I reach for them every single night. They're insanely soft, lightweight, but still cozy. And they somehow keep you warm without overheating. I'm a very hot sleeper, so I like to feel a little bit cool. They drape beautifully, feel luxe, and make getting into bed feel like a whole ritual instead of just crashing at the end of the day. And obviously their sheets. I mean, the sheets aren't BOGO, but the sheets are a must because that is really what makes the whole experience that much better. And you get 100-night sleep trial with the sheets, so you can try them out. And if you don't like them, which that's not going to happen, you can return them hassle-free. And if you're wondering what makes Cozy Earth a little different, it's the quality. These aren't trendy one-season pajamas or one-season sheets. These are thoughtfully made, built to last, and feel like a real luxury. Whether you're lounging at home or winding down at night, go shop the viral pajamas that were sold over the holidays because they're back with an exclusive BOGO deal. Head to CozyEarth.com and use my code WEEKLYTRASHBOGO to get a set for you and a set for someone you love, or 2 sets for you. And if you get a post-purchase survey, make sure you tell them you heard about Cozy Earth right here on Weekly Trash. And thank you, Cozy Earth, for sponsoring today's episode. My husband's Pedro. His real name's Caleb. Shocker. For some of you, that is a huge moment for you because you just learned this today. You were today years old when you learned that my husband's name is Caleb. The Pedro thing started because people were telling me that he looked like Pedro Pascal. And it wasn't just like a couple people. It was like all the time. And then we would go out in public and people would tell him because he got glasses. And once he got glasses, it changed the game and everyone was like, he's Pedro Pascal. So I was like, let's just call him Pedro. Like that would be so funny. And it gives like a little bit of mysteriousness about like who he is. So Pedro's my husband, but his real name's Caleb. Let's see. What else is a new thing? Okay, you learned about Helga. You learned about Pedro. You learned about Juice. Solos, guest episodes, season 1, season 2, unedited. Scary. I think that's it. So yeah, if you're new here, welcome. Glad you're here. Let's take out trash. Let's get into it. First things first, I went to New York and I love New York City. You guys know that. You guys know I'm a New York City whore. I went there one time 3 years ago and I can't shut up about it. And it's my favorite place. And now I go at least every 5 months because I just love it so much. In a different life, I would have lived there before getting married and having kids, but that just wasn't in the cards for me. So now I'm experiencing New York life as an adult, but that's kind of fun because I have adult money. And here's one thing about me. New York poor does not sound very fun because what do you mean I can't eat out for every meal? There is a new yummy restaurant on every corner and I can't try it. I can't get a new coffee every single day. I can't get a bagel every single day. No, it's actually a good thing I didn't live there in my early 20s because I would have hated my life. Like New York, to live there is only fun if you have a career where you make enough money to enjoy New York City, because New York City is fabulous, but a lot of it costs money. And I love to spend money, especially on food and clothes. And those are the 2 things you can do in New York. So every time I go, I like make sure I budget out money. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to eat out for like a month so that when I go to New York City, I can eat out every single day and try all my favorite things and not feel bad about it because I budgeted it out. I budgeted it out. Yeah. The trip started because Aspen had texted me and she was like, do you want to go see Whitney in Chicago opening night? And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, wait, we should make this kind of like my birthday trip too, because I didn't get to see Aspen on my birthday, obviously, because she lives in California and I live here. So I was like, that would be super fun. Then we invited Bree, which if you know, you know. And if you don't, I mean, I'm sure you will at some point. And we were like, okay, this is going to be so much fun. And then we invited Macy Thompson, who lives in New York City, to go to the show with us while we were there. So I flew in a day early because all I wanted to do was shop and eat, my two favorite things. And Aspen does not care for shopping. Either does Brie. They're not shopping girls. And I wanted to enjoy my time the way I wanted to. So I flew in a day early and I spent the whole day doing my two favorite things. And then I met up with them that night. And then the next day we went to Chicago. And then the next day I flew home. So it was like a very quick, fun little girls trip. But let's talk about my solo day. So I get in at night on, what day was it? Friday. I get in Friday night I get in Saturday night. Yeah. I get in Saturday night and I was staying at my friend's place in Brooklyn in Williamsburg, which I would love to live in Williamsburg. It's so cute. I feel like it's my other home now. Like I know that place like the back of my hand. I know all the restaurants. I know which way I'm going, which is huge for me because I'm dyslexic. So I don't know which way is left and right ever. So I love Brooklyn. It feels very familiar to me, where like when I go into the city, I am looking at my maps the entire time because I have no idea where I am. So I flew in, went straight to Williamsburg, got there, and then I was like, let's go explore. Went to Best Pizza, which is so good. They have a white pizza that tastes like a French onion soup. Incredible. Got that. Then I went to Milk Bar and got some cookies. Also, it was so cold, but I will say I was expecting the worst. Like I was mentally preparing to be in Antarctica. So I was pleasantly surprised, but it was very, very cold. Went to Milk Bar and then went home, went to bed, woke up, and it was off to Soho. I love Soho. That is like my favorite place to shop when I'm there. And it was a Sunday. And I didn't realize that like things open later on Sundays. I was like, oh, are we in Utah? Like what's going on? I have my Uber drop me off because that was the other thing. I'm not taking the subway by myself because I will get lost. So basically I spent all my money on Ubers, food, and clothes, which amazing. Love. What else are you supposed to do on a vacation? I have my Uber drop me off in Soho at like 9:30. Well, the stores don't open till 11. Yeah. And it's freezing cold. So I was like, okay, I need to go get like a bagel or something to like keep me busy until 11. So I go to this coffee shop. I order coffee. I get the graham cracker almond milk latte. It was very good. And I'm sitting there and all of a sudden I see this girl walk by and I'm like, wait a minute. I know you. And it was Chandler from Popologists. Her and her sister, they host Popologists. It's a very popular podcast all about pop culture. They're so fun. And fun fact, I was supposed to podcast with them last time I was in New York and they ghosted me. And so I see her walk in and I'm like, hey, I know you. And she looks at me and I go, you're dead to me. And some of you who are new listening to this episode might be like, wow, you're a bitch. No, I'm just funny. I'm funny. I'm bold. I'm honest. I'm blunt. I was like, you're dead to me. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, you're dead to me. I'm Weekly Trash. And she goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, yep, I'm Josie. You ghosted me. So now you're dead to me. And she was like, oh my gosh, no, that's so valid. And I was like, no, I'm just kidding. Like, you're not dead to me. You seem so nice, but that was really mean. And we like laughed about it. Obviously, I'm like the most sarcastic person alive. And so I can tell pretty fast if I'm going to like jive with somebody, because if they don't get the sarcasm, they're immediately offended. And she played along. She was like, no, so valid. I would hate me too. Like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, wait, I'm obsessed with you. Let's be best friends. And we yapped and talked for like probably 45 minutes. And I was like, okay, wait, can we actually podcast? And she was like, yes, no, like next time you're here, let's get together. Let's do it. So I'm holding her accountable right here, right now. Chandler, next time we will podcast. But it was so crazy that I saw her because I swear every time I'm in New York, I manifest seeing somebody that I've wanted to meet or that I feel like the universe needs me to meet. Like the one time when I ran into Claudia Oshry from The Toast, my favorite podcaster of all time, just walking in the street and I see her, like so random, so crazy. New York City is huge. And the fact that I ran into Chandler at a coffee shop in Soho is so random and so meant to be. So I feel like I'm just have manifesting powers. I really do, because that's crazy. But I love Chandler. If you're listening, you're not dead to me. You're my favorite person. I love you. Wait, that sounded like way too soon. Like I feel like it's too soon for me to be saying I love you. I'm just a lover. What can I say? Once I know that I like you, it's I love you. I love bomb ya. That's so toxic. I don't love bomb though. Do I love bomb? I don't think I love bomb because I sarcastic bomb too. And I bitch bomb. I bitch bomb, I sarcastic bomb, and I love bomb. I give you all of it. So I feel like it's not that toxic. Maybe a little. But I feel like I can't say I love you yet. But that's the thing. When I know I like you, I love you. I rush into things. I'm impulsive. I'm a lover. But then after coffee, the stores opened and your girl went ham. I got this sweater. I don't even know where this is from. That's the thing too. It's like all these stores that I've never heard of before that are so fun and different, overpriced, but hey, you're paying for the experience. I had a blast. Got this, got a couple of other goodies. I went into one of my favorite stores, Ghani, which nobody in Utah knows what Ghani is. And every time someone asks me like, oh, like, where's that from? And it's from Ghani. People think I'm talking about a different country. They're like, where is that? And I'm like, it's a store. And they're like, oh, like it's actually so funny to me that nobody knows what Ghani is, but I don't blame them because it is a very like bougie ass store that I never could ever buy anything in until recently. And now I'm like, sweet treat to myself. Let's go to Ghani. So I went in there and I became best friends with the sales associate. She was so fun. We were yapping away. And then they found out that I was there for Chicago and they're like, oh, Whitney Lovitz and Roxy. And I'm like, I know, I'm from Utah. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, I know them. I'm friends with them. But I like forget how famous they are. Cause I feel like when you live in Utah, you see them often or like they're in the bubble. So it's not as like starstruck. But for people out of the state who don't know them, it's like I literally just said that I know freaking Jennifer Lopez. Like it was crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, will you text them and tell them that we love her? And I was like, yes, I will. Do you want to give me a gift card? Like, yeah, I will let them know if you can give me a gift card to Ghani because you're expensive. But no, it was so crazy to like see how many people just love the girls and I love them too, but it's fun because to me, I'm like, they're just friends, but to everyone else, they are full on celebrities. And at Chicago, it was insane. The level of fame they have. People were swarming them. Like there was zero self-awareness from anyone in that theater, like trying to get pictures with them, getting over them, on top of them, like screaming at them, catcalling them. Because they were in front of us, all these people were like huddling over us to get to them. Finally, they had to get security because they're like, you guys cannot, like you aren't safe. Like there's too many people trying to get a picture with you. So I've decided like their fame is equivalent to a girl band or like the Spice Girls or something, because they have this community and people are obsessed with them as like individuals, but then they're even more obsessed with them as a group. And it's like in the Spice Girls, like when you had your favorite Spice Girl or even Fifth Harmony or Cheetah Girls or like any of those like girl bands, that is what Mom Talk has become. And it is so fascinating to me because obviously the girls are talented in their own ways. They each have really amazing things going for them, but they're not like performers. Like they're not singers. They don't go on stage and perform, but they have this star quality and fame of a performer. Like it's insane. So that was kind of crazy. But let's go back a little bit to before Chicago when I met up with Brie and Aspen. We met up at the Airbnb and then the next day we went and kind of explored. We went shopping. We got some good lunch, and then we went back to our place, got ready for Chicago, and then it was time to meet up with Macy for dinner. And you guys, it was so chaotic. We were going to the restaurant Lily's Victorian. There's 2 locations. There's one in Times Square, and then there's one in Midtown Manhattan. And Lily's Victorian is known as like a restaurant that like decorates so cool for every holiday. I had been there before with our friends that live in Williamsburg, and it was so yummy and cool. And so when we looked on the map of where Chicago was, I saw that there was a Lily's Victorian right next to it. And I was like, oh, that'd be perfect. We can eat there and then we can just walk over to the theater. So Brie orders an Uber to get us to Lily's Victorian. And we were so on time. We were so early. We got there at 5:30. Our reservation was at 6. Or no, our reservation was at 5:30. We got there at 5. We got there at 5. Reservation was at 5:30. We're like taking photos out in the front. Like those photos that I posted, that was outside of the Midtown Manhattan Lily's Victorian. So we're taking pictures. We think we have all this time in the world. Macy texts and she's like, hey, I'm running 10 minutes late. And we're like, oh, that's fine. We'll go get the table. So we walk inside and we're like, hey, reservation for 4 under Josie. And she's like, oh, you're not on here. And we're like, oh man. And at that moment, I'm thinking, oh, I made the reservation for the wrong one, but this is the right one. Like there was no part of me that thought we were at the wrong Lily's Victorian. And even though there was no theater in sight, we weren't even near a theater. That just shows how much we don't know New York City. But I was like, oh, dang. Okay, well, can you see this anyways? And she was like, yeah, but I would like double check and make sure to cancel your other reservation so you don't get charged. And I was like, oh yeah, no problem. We look it up and we're like, wait a minute. We are not at the right Lily's Victorian. And she was like, oh yeah, were you trying to go to the one in Times Square by all the theaters? And we were like, yes. Yes, we were. Yes, we were. We were 25 minutes away from the Lily's Victorian that we were supposed to be at. So we were like, oh my gosh, calling an Uber. We're like, we need to go. Thank you so much. We leave. I text Macy. I'm like, hey, so we actually went to the wrong one. So we're going to be there in 25 minutes. So when you get there, get the table. We'll send you our orders. You can order the food. We'll get there like right at 6. And then that way we can like hurry and eat, get the check, and then walk over before the show starts at 7. So we get into our second Uber. Okay. Second Uber, get in the car, drive to the new address, which this time I was responsible. So I type in the address. Bree's watching me do this. We like type it in together. We double check. We're like, okay, that's the address. Let's go. We're driving a 25-minute drive. And I just like felt my gut. I'm like, something feels off. Like, I don't know what it is, but something feels off. Our Uber's like, okay, we're here. We look. No Lily's Victorian. No Lily's Victorian at all. We look at the map. We are now another 25 minutes away from Lily's Victorian. It is 6 o'clock at this point. We're like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? We had put in east instead of west. So now we are on the opposite side of where we're supposed to be. And I call Macy and we are like crying, laughing because we could not believe we did this again. And I'm like, Macy, I'm so sorry. We went to the wrong place again. And she was like, you're kidding. And I was like, no. And she's like, okay, well, the food's not here yet. We're like, okay, order the food. Tell them that we're going to be there as soon as we can. We order another Uber. We get in this Uber and we're like, okay, this is embarrassing. Like, how have we not figured it out at this point? So we're driving, tons of traffic. Times Square, it's super busy, especially with all the shows going on. So we're like, should we just get out of the car and like run and walk? Because at this point it's 6:30. Show starts at 7. We still need to eat and pay and get to our seats. So we get out of the car because we're in like stop and go traffic. We get out of the car. I'm in full on like 6-inch heels, which it's funny because before we left for the night, I was like, do I wear my boots or do I wear my heels? My boots did not match the vibe. They did not match the outfit whatsoever. But I was like, do I want to be comfortable? And then I was like, we're not going to be walking that much. Like, it's going to be fine. Joke's on me. We walked so much because we got lost 3 times. So we get out of the car. I'm walking in these freaking heels. And the minute we get out of the car, the traffic stops. And our Uber just drives right past us and beats us to the restaurant that we are trying to get to. Finally, at 6:40, we get to the restaurant. Macy's sitting there with all of our food. She's like, the waiters kept checking on me, like thinking I was getting stood up. They're like, are you good? Like, are you okay? I'm like, I am so sorry. Our reservation was at 5:30. 5:30. We got there at 6:40. We are scarfing down our food trying to eat. We keep asking the guy, can we get the check? Can we get the check? He's like, you just got here. We're like, we know, we need to go to the show. We get the check. We leave the restaurant at 6:50. So we ate in like 10 minutes. It was insane. We get to the theater and Bree and Aspen were sitting on one side and me and Macy were sitting on the other. So we like separated, we sat down, we watched the show. That's when the chaos of everybody like swarming the Secret Lives girls happened. And I was like, this is nuts. I texted Jessie. I'm like, you guys are literally Taylor Swift. She was like, I know, this is crazy. And then the show starts and Whitney did so good. It was so cool to see somebody do what they were meant to do and just thrive. Like I got a little emotional at the end when she does like her bow and everyone's like standing and clapping and she's holding her flowers, because obviously this has been her dream. And I think Roxy was the perfect part for her, because a lot of like Roxy's storyline is like wanting to be famous, like following her dreams and like never being enough or being told no. And I'm sure in her career, she's felt that same way, where it's like you want bigger and better things. And like it's a world full of no's, of people like shutting a door in your face and you're just like trying to make it. So the part was so fitting for her in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously she's not a murderer, but I mean, it was so, so good. And I had never seen Chicago before, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know the storyline. I didn't know anything, but it was amazing. So I highly recommend go to Chicago, go see it. There's not a bad seat in the house. Loved. After the show, we then go to the Tarte after party. And obviously it's an open bar. And I'm like, okay, I don't really drink. Like I don't order drinks when I go to dinner unless it's like a very special occasion, like my birthday. Like on my birthday, I ordered a drink. And like maybe on vacation, but I'm not a drinker. Like we don't have alcohol in our house. It's not something I do. And Brie was like, should we get drunk? And I was like, yeah, like why not? Girls trip. So I order a mojito, strawberry mojito. It tasted like a freaking Starburst. It was delicious. And I drank a little too much. And your girl got drunk. And I think it was also because I haven't drank that much, that I'm kind of a lightweight, and just like a little bit does a lot. So I was having the time of my life. I was dancing, I was singing, I was making friends with everybody. And when I'm drunk, I'm very like mushy gushy. I just love everyone. I want everyone to feel love and peace and happiness and joy. Like I am just like the loviest, doviest drunk ever. And I'm already like so fun when I'm not drunk. So imagine me drunk. Like it's just a damn good time. Whitney actually sent me a photo yesterday of me and Brie. I'm going to post it in my photo dump. I am having the time of my life. Helga is having the time of her life, I must say. And I got to meet some really cool people too. Some New York City influencers that were super nice. And then I got to meet Bronwyn, which Bronwyn told me she listens to the podcast. So Bronwyn, if you're listening, hi, I love you. Again, there I go saying I love you. See, I'm just a lover. Like once I know I like you, I love you. We talked, we yapped. She was with her boyfriend, which I'm allowed to say because everyone knows now, because it was like on TMZ and Entertainment Tonight. And I feel like every news outlet was posting about her new boyfriend. They're so cute. He's a model. She's a model. They're models. And we're working on getting Bronwyn on the pod. So everyone go tag Weekly Trash in Bronwyn's post. Just kidding. Don't do that. That's so annoying. Or do it. I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it because we had so much fun. I love talking to her. And Brie and Aspen were like, okay, like we're ready to go. And I was talking to Bronwyn and I was like, wait, I don't want to go. Bronwyn's like, don't go. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to go. And Brie and Aspen are like, you're drunk. And you're in New York City. You don't know where you are. And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, I'm fine. Because in my head, I'm like, we're going to go back home and you two are going to do girly friend things. And I'm going to be in my room by myself scrolling TikTok. Like, that's so boring. Like, I don't want to go home. I'm still having fun. So I was like, no, you guys go. And I'm just going to stay here. So Brie and Aspen left me at the party. I did give permission, but they literally left me at the party. And I stayed back. Macy was there too. So I wasn't like fully alone. And I hung out with Bronwyn. Then the party was over. Like, I think I was the last person to leave the party. I had so much fun. But then I get home, I get back to the Airbnb and I felt fine. Like Bree had ordered pizza. So like they were already in bed. I got myself a slice of pizza. I laid down and I just like fell asleep. And my room had no windows. So it was like pitch black, which night one, kind of freaky, kind of gave me an anxiety attack because I was like claustrophobic. But when I was drunk, I was like, I feel like I'm in a cute little cocoon. Like I'm just so cozy. So I'm sleeping and I don't even know what time it was because I got home probably at like 2 a.m. So it might've been like 4 a.m. maybe. And I just wake up feeling like I'm going to barf. Like, and I don't know if it was a stomach attack. You guys know I have stomach attacks. If you're new here, yeah, it's when I feel like death and I'm fighting for my life on the bathroom floor. And I get them often. Okay. We don't know what's wrong with me, but I get them often. And I was like, am I about to have a stomach attack? Like something is wrong. Like I was like profusely sweating. You know, like when you feel you're going to throw up and you can like feel like a tingle in like the back of your throat and like you just like feel like you're going to pass out and die. That's how I felt. So I like roll out of bed. It's pitch black. I run to the bathroom. I turn on the light. I am about to projectile vomit. And Aspen is sitting on the toilet. She's sitting on the toilet. I like probably scared the crap out of her. She scared the crap out of me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I like, by some miracle, I kept my vomit in. And I'm like leaning against the sink. The bathroom's also the size of a shoebox. So she's sitting on the toilet going pee. I am leaning against the bathroom sink being like, I'm going to throw up. And she's like, okay. She's like hurrying and get off. She jumps off. I immediately projectile throw up everywhere. Like the most vomit I've probably thrown up in a very long time because I had like 6 mojitos and then I had pizza and then they had like all these snacks. Then we had dinner before. Like I had so much in my stomach. It was so bad. It was so bad. And it's just a miracle I didn't throw up on Aspen because my plan was to get to that bathroom and barf. And I was so brave. And I held it in for like 5 seconds. And I really don't know how I did it. I have no idea. Praise Jesus. No idea. But then I get back in bed and I was like, I'm gonna die. So I text in our group text. I'm like, hey, when you guys wake up, please like go do stuff without me because I just want to sleep all day. And my flight home was at 6 p.m. So I didn't have to leave the Airbnb until like 3. So I text that. I fall back asleep. Again, my room is pitch black, like totally dark. Like I don't know what time of day it is at all. I wake up. I'm thinking it's going to be like 10 a.m. No, it's 1:30. It's 1:30 p.m. I slept the whole afternoon and we were going to like go to lunch. We were going to like hang out, do a little shopping before I flew home. No. I woke up at 1:30 and they were out and about. So I texted them and I'm like, hey, I just woke up. I'm going to pack and my Uber's going to be here in an hour and I'm going to head to the airport. And so I didn't even get to say goodbye to Aspen and Bree because I slept all day long. But it is a miracle that my flight was at 6 because usually I take the flight that's at 11. But like something in my brain was like, no, just stay a little bit longer. So that way like you can have more time with Aspen and Bree. No, I needed more time in my bed. I needed more time in my bed to sleep. And I should have set an alarm, but I just assumed like my body would wake myself up. No, I woke up at 1:30. So yeah, that was my New York trip. It was fun. It was a good time. It was quick. It was fast, but I feel like it was exactly what I needed. I just needed a quick, fun trip in the city. And that's what I got. And I'm already planning my next one. I texted Bree and Maddie the minute I got home and I was like, hey, so are we going to go to New York for Bree's birthday? Cause her birthday's in March. And we try to do like a fun little something for each one of us. And they were like, yeah. So I'm hoping I go back in March. And if I go back in March, I'm also going to try to podcast with Chandler. If you're listening to this, Chandler, which you're probably not, I am going to be texting you because we're best friends now because I love you. Because like I said, once I like you, I love you. Now let's talk about the live show. I have literally been yapping about my own trash for way too long, which honestly, we might just skip pop culture TikTok trash because I'm doing a solo again next week because we did 2 guests in a row. And I just feel like there's so much I need to catch up on. So I'll do another solo next week. And that one will be very like pop culture TikTok trash focused because we have a lot to dissect with like Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi, Catherine O'Hara passed away, Super Bowl, Savannah Guthrie's mom, Kelsey Ballerini, Chase Stokes, Taylor Frankie Paul on The Bachelor. Like those are the things I wanted to discuss today. So I'm going to save all those. And then I'm also going to get more things. And then next episode will be very pop culture TikTok focused. Okay, but let's talk about my live show, because that was like the best trash ever. And a lot went into it. I wanted this show to be legit because, again, I am legit. And I had this idea. I was like, what if we do like a video of all the preparation that goes into the show before the show starts? Because they had this screen and I was like, we can't not use the screen. Like the screen makes it look so legit. I texted Sam, who's my manager. I texted her like the vision of what I had. And she was like, I know the perfect person. Like, it's going to be great. And it was exactly what I wanted. It turned out so freaking good. But I like wanted there to be a lot of surprises throughout the show. Like when I was writing the show layout, I was like, I want every part to have a little special something. Okay. So when I was figuring out how to start the show, Maddie had made a comment, Maddie Murphy. She was like, I could MC the show for you. And I was like, you know what? I actually have a better idea. I was like, what if you come out in the very beginning, but people think it's going to be me, but really it's you. And I'll be the announcer and I'll be like, everybody get loud for the biggest, baddest podcaster in Utah. And everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, she has such a big head. Like she thinks she's the biggest, baddest podcaster in Utah. And then bam, Maddie Murphy pops out. Like iconic. And I didn't tell anybody. Either did Maddie. Neither one of us told a single person that was going to happen. So none of our friends knew. Nobody in the audience knew. I wish I would have been able to see everyone's reactions when she came out because nobody saw it coming and it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. So she comes out. That's how we start the show. And then she's like, and now let the show begin. And then that's when the video started playing. Like it was a full-on production. Okay. Then the video plays. And then at the end of the video, the screen goes up and I come out. I felt like a pop star. It was the coolest thing ever. And then my underwear fell off. You heard that right. I had bought this like sticky silicone underwear because if you saw my post about New York when I was wearing that dress and it was completely see-through and everyone saw my white thong, I was like, okay, I can't wear a thong because everyone's going to see it and they're going to see the lines. So I went on Amazon. I was like, I need a invisible thong. And all of a sudden I see this ad for a silicone strapless underwear. And I was like, this is perfect. Wrong. Because if you go to the bathroom, it no longer sticks to you. And right before I went on stage, I got the nervous pees. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pee. And Peyton, my makeup artist, she was like, are you sure you can pee with that? And I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. I take it off. It literally is like a sticker. Like it's stuck to your body, like a Band-Aid. I take it off. I go pee. I stick it back on. It seemed secure. It seemed good. Go out on stage, falls right off. And I need to find the clip of me saying it because I'm literally like, oh my gosh, my underwear just fell off. I'm like, this is not part of the show. This is not a bit. My underwear just fell off. And so I literally go behind the stage and I take it off and I set it on the floor. And the guy who runs the venue after the show, he was like, I thought the underwear thing was a bit. Like, he's like, I thought you were joking. And he's like, and then I was cleaning up backstage and I literally grabbed your silicone strapless underwear. No, I'm so embarrassed. I was like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, no, it's fine. And I was like, oh my gosh, this man grabbed my underwear. Literally picked up my underwear that I had just thrown backstage. Anyways, so yeah, other than that, the intro was perfection. And then first surprise was I gave away $300 gift card to Bohm and we played Biggest Trasher. And I was like, I need someone to host it with me. And I surprised everyone and had Carter come on stage, Carter Williams. Love him so much. He's an OG Trasher. So I was like, this is the perfect person to help me host Biggest Trasher. So he came out and then we did a little catch up. And then of course his birthday was like a day or two before. And you guys know I take birthdays very seriously. So I got a cake made for him and we sang him happy birthday. And it was so cute. The whole audience singing Carter happy birthday, blew him out candles, or he blew out his candles. And it was so special. And then The second segment was Trash or Smash. And that's when I brought Maddie Murphy back out and we played Trash or Smash. And it was so much fun. Me and Maddie have really good banter and energy together. And so it was a hoot. Like, I think that was my favorite segment out of all three because it was so funny. And then I had the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Jesse and Miranda come out. And there was a bit of drama with that, which I don't think I can like say really anything on, but hopefully you'll see it all play out at some point. But let's just say the 2 hours before the show were very stressful. I was a little stressed because there were some changes that I wasn't planning on. But it's okay. We figured it out and it ended up being perfect. Miranda and Jesse were amazing. I was so grateful that they came and everyone was so excited. Like the energy in the room was just so fun. And it was funny too, because another surprise, again, I wanted to have lots of surprises. There were 2 chairs and when Jesse and Miranda came out, I wanted the couch so that way we could all sit. So I'm sitting on the chairs and I'm like, okay, we're going to read Trasher's Trash. But I feel like it'd be way more fun to like read this with some friends. And everyone, of course, is like already thinking like somebody from Secret Lives is coming because last year I had Taylor, Layla, Michaela, and Jesse. So everyone's already kind of like, she's going to have somebody from Secret Lives show up. And I go, wait, I need like a couch or something for like us to sit on. And I scream and I go, Pedro, Jordan. And Pedro and Jordan bring out the couch and take it. And it was like a fun little surprise to like incorporate them. And then that's when the girls came out and the audience went crazy. It was so much fun. We did Trasher's Trash, but we also talked about a lot of like random stuff like that just got brought up randomly. And then we ended the show with everybody singing Love Myself by Haley Steinfeld, which you already know that song is about masturbation. So it was kind of perfect for Galentine's because we all love ourselves, you know? And it was just so fun to like go into the crowd and see everybody all dressed up. Everyone was so fun and nice. Like the energy in that room was so amazing. And I had a couple people DM me after being like, I was so nervous to go by myself. And once I got there, like I didn't feel like I was by myself. I felt like I was in a room full of friends. Like it was so fun. And that's exactly what I wanted it to be. I just wanted it to be a fun hangout with a bunch of trashers and girls that are cool and fun and nice. And it was the best. It really was the best. It turned out so perfect. And I'm just so grateful to every single one of you who was there and who supported me and continues to support me and who has been here from the beginning or anybody who is just now joining this community. It just means so much. And I got like a little emotional on my drive home because I was like, I cannot believe that I just did that because the show was in Orem and I used to work at Deseret First Credit Union, which is on Orem State Street. I think that's what that road is called, is State Street. And so I had to drive past it to get home. And I just like looked at that building and I was like, oh my gosh, like if you would have told me when I worked there, I was freshly married. I had no idea what I was doing with my life. I was just hanging on by a thread, trying to figure life out. If you would have told me, hey, in 9 years, you are going to be doing a live show for 500 people down the street. Like I would have been like, what? Really? Because I just thought like that could never happen. Like that dream died. And so it was very, very special. So amazing. I'm very proud of how it all turned out. And I'm so grateful to every single person who helped make it happen. Carter, Maddie, Miranda, Jesse, Sam, Kesley, Thirst, Neaters, Shabundis. Like there were so many people that poured their love into this show. And so it was just amazing. And I can't wait to do it again. I think we should do it every Galentine's. Like I feel like it's the perfect time to do a live show is in February. So had the time of my life. Thank you to everybody who came. It seriously was so fun. There was even a dog. There was a dog in the audience. Shout out, cute little German Shepherd. I think it was a German Shepherd. It looks like a German Shepherd. Oh, also my outfits. I cannot not mention my outfits because I did an outfit change. I found 2 of the prettiest dresses. They're from Outcast, which I had never ordered anything from Outcast before, which if you do, just know it's store credit only when you return. I had ordered like 6 dresses from there because I didn't know which one I wanted. Yeah, now I have a big fat gift card. big fat gift card. So if anybody wants to order something from Outcast, let me know and I can give you my gift card and you can just give me money because what the hell? And I thought for sure it wasn't store credit only because it said like you have 30 days to return. So I assumed it was a refund. No, but it's okay because the dresses slapped. They looked so good. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to wear, but it's actually such a blessing that I wore the long one on stage because my underwear fell off. But the pink one was probably my favorite. The pink one was so good. And then I posted them on TikTok, like my outfit change. And the search bar said Chubby's outfit. Chubby's outfit. Outfit for Chubby's. The fuck? Rude. Who is searching Chubby's outfits after they see my photos? What the hell? The TikTok search bar really just humbles you because what do you mean? Chubbies. Chubby's. Chubby's outfit, which you guys know I call Banks Chubby because he's chubby and he's so cute and I want to eat him. Cute aggression. I call him Chubby. I call him Chubman. I call him Mr. Chubby Man. And it's funny because now he calls cute things chubby. Like we go to the farm and there'll be like a cute little animal and he'll be like, "Oh, it's so chubby." So I love the word chubby. I think chubby's so cute, but like, I'm not chubby. I'm not chubby. Overall, the outfit slayed, the show slayed, the audience slayed, the night slayed. It was incredible. Loved every minute of it. So now we can get into Trasher's Trash. And again, next episode, I'll really get into pop culture TikTok trash because we have a lot we need to discuss.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Shed, the easiest way to start your weight health journey. With Shed, it only takes 3 minutes to get started. You'll fill out a quick online form with your goals and health history, and their medical team will create a personalized treatment plan just for you. Everything happens online. No doctor's offices, no pharmacy lines. Your FDA-approved medication ships straight to your door. And the best part, you're not doing it alone. Shed pairs you with a dedicated member success team to help you track progress and stay motivated along the way. Clinically studied treatments, no insurance required, and zero hassle. Get $100 off your first month by using the link in the show notes. Shed is making health simple, effective, and actually doable. Thank you, Shed, for sponsoring today's episode.
Okay, Trashers, I have to tell you about something really special. As most of you know, I recently reset my engagement ring with J. Brooks Jewelers. And when I say they customized it from start to finish, I mean every detail. Annie was the person who helped me and she was so fabulous. We got to work together and look at mock-ups and make sure that it was exactly what I wanted. We took my original ring, took out all the diamonds and turned it into something that feels so much more me. As I've grown and changed over the years, my old ring just didn't feel like me anymore. And not only did we customize my dream ring, but now we built a full bridal set with 3 diamond anniversary bands. And now you can actually shop it. It's the Josie ring online and in store. You can use code TRASH15 for 15% off your first order anytime, in store, online. If you're dreaming of something meaningful and curated, J. Brooks is it. And whether it's my ring that you want to copy and we can be twins, or you want to design your own, seriously cannot recommend J. Brooks enough. Their customer service, their designs, their quality, they're just so good. And I love that it's family owned and close to home. So head on over to either the store or online and don't forget Trash15 for 15% off. And thank you, J. Brooks, for making my incredible ring and sponsoring today's episode. How do I talk to a friend who I feel like is always copying me? I love her, but I feel like anything and everything she does is because I do it first, and it's getting on my last nerve. All my favorites are hers, and it just makes me want to be more private now. Hot take, you don't like your friend. You don't like your friend, because if you liked your friend, if she was really your best friend, you would not be bothered by this. You would love that your friend likes the same things as you and has the same things as you. And it would be like, oh, we're matching, not you're copying. Like, to me, this is, you don't like your friend. And that's fine. Like, if you don't like your friend, you don't like your friend. Like, don't be friends with her. But I wouldn't say that you like her, because a real friendship, like real best friends, copy each other all the time because one, they're similar and they have a lot in common, and two, because they inspire each other. And if anything, it's flattering. Like me and Bree, for instance, not Aspen's Bree, my Bree, Bree. We have very similar style and just like vibes. And like, there's a lot of times where like, if we go shopping and we see something, we both want it. It's like, oh my gosh, should I get this? You get this. No, let's both get this. Let's match. Like, it's fun and exciting. And it's not like, oh, I saw it first and now she wants it. Like, that's just not how real friends act. And so I think maybe you just subconsciously don't want to be friends with this person anymore. And it's irritating you that they're doing this, because if you genuinely liked this friend and wanted to be friends, it wouldn't bother you. I saw that my brother-in-law liked an influencer's video ad for Victoria's Secret. It wasn't inappropriate, but she was still showing herself in a bra. I also know that he likes every photo in his feed, but this was still weird. Do I tell my sister-in-law? I think it's weird that you noticed this. Maybe another hot take, but like, how do you know that he likes every single photo in his feed? Like, how do you know this about him? How did you know that he liked an influencer's video that was an ad for Victoria's Secret? Like, are you stalking your brother-in-law? Like, how do you know all this? But that aside, I don't think you need to tell your sister-in-law. I think if he's publicly doing that, she probably has seen it or is aware of it. If it was like a full-on porn site or like a porn star that he was liking stuff, then maybe you could be like telling your husband and then he could pass the news along or something. Or you could tell your sister-in-law and be like, hey, just so you know, like I saw him like this photo, like, I don't know, made me feel kind of weird. Just want to make sure you knew about it. But to me, this one seems a little more innocent. Like, I mean, it is weird that he's even following influencers in the first place. Like, the fuck? Like, no. But I feel like it's not to a point where you should tell your sister-in-law. But like, maybe talk to your husband about it, see what he thinks. Is it your husband's brother or is it your husband's sister's husband? Because if it's your husband's sister's husband, then he probably would want his sister to know, because he'd be like, oh yeah, I don't like that he's doing that. But if it's your husband's brother, he might be a little more protective, like, oh, I don't think it's that serious. Like, let's not get in their business. Like, it's nothing. And so then maybe you give it like time and you're like, okay, maybe he's right. I don't know. But like, it is weird that he's liking photos by an influencer, but it's also weird that you know this information. Overall, he shouldn't be liking this photo, because why? But I don't think you need to tell the wife just yet. I don't feel like it seems that serious. I personally. Also, are men stupid? Yes, we already know that. But like, why would he do it in the first place? Like, he does know that his likes are public, right? Men. Dumb. Am I crazy for being hurt that two of my best friends have gone behind my back and kissed my ex-boyfriend of 2 years and hang out with him constantly? I've been in a new relationship for over a year, but am I crazy for caring a little bit since I thought they were my friends? No, you're not crazy. Girl code. They're not your friends. A real friend wouldn't be hanging out with your ex, and they definitely wouldn't be kissing your ex. And they're both doing it. That's weird behavior. You're not crazy. They're not your friends. Go be with your boyfriend of a year and be happy and say goodbye, because girl code. That's fucked up. You're not crazy. I would be butthurt even now if like my friend started dating like my old high school boyfriend. Like, I'd be like, what are you doing? And like, maybe I'm toxic for that, but it's like, no, you know what he did to me. Why are you friends with him? Why are you kissing him? Like, no. It'd be one thing if you guys were all friends before, then like maybe the hanging out would be fine. But the kissing? No. Jail. Have been finding my sister-in-law to be really annoying to be around for the last few months. It feels like she's just being mean or too intense for no reason. I might be too sensitive, but either way, she's not super enjoyable to be around, and we live very close to each other and I see her often. Help. Anytime I get a Trasher's Trash submission that's like my sister-in-law, I'm like, oh, is it my sister-in-law? Kesley? Ariel? Emily, are you talking about me? You hate me? Oh my gosh. But like, I feel like I've lucked out in the sister-in-law department because I really do love all my sister-in-laws and they're so fun. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, do they feel that way about me? Like, am I annoying though? Because like I'm a lot, you know? Like, do they secretly hate me? No, they don't. They don't, right? They don't. I feel like but like your sister-in-law is somebody that is in your life, but like you don't have to be best friends with them. Like, okay, if they're being mean, if they're being annoying, like you really don't have to acknowledge it or be around it if you don't want to. I saw a TikTok that was like, growing up is realizing I don't have to put up with anything I don't want to put up with. And it's like, okay, if she's giving you attitude and like not the kind of person you want to be around with, set that boundary of like, okay, you can do that, but like, I'm not going to give you my energy. Like, I'm not going to care about you or think about you. Like, that's that. So that's what I would do. I would just like set a boundary of like, I'm not going to take anything she says seriously. I'm not going to try to be her friend. I'm not going to try to like be buddy. She's just my sister-in-law. I'm keeping her at arm's length and it is what it is. And then maybe like in a couple of months, you'll be like, okay, she's gotten a little bit better. Now I want to have a friendship, but you don't have to put up with it. So don't. And if you want to say something, you could, but I feel like that just like adds more drama than there needs to be. Like, just set a boundary and let your husband know that you're setting that boundary so like he can be aware of it, and just don't give her the energy. I DM'd my gym crush and we ended up hanging out that night. We made out, texted for about a week, and now I haven't heard from him in 3 days. I just want him to take me out on a date, but I think that's not in the cards now. LOL. Men suck. Men suck. But I also think when we give men access to us like that, like making out with them on the first night, if they're not a good guy, it'll show. It'll show immediately because they will not respect you or treat you how you deserve after, and they will make it very clear that that's all they wanted. And when they show you that, believe them. Believe him. Do not be like, oh, maybe I'm reading into things. Like maybe I should text him first. No, he showed you how he felt. You made out. He hasn't talked to you since. Let him go. He is not the one. Because a good man, a good guy, even if you kiss them on the first date, make out with them the first night, that's not going to affect the way they treat you or their feelings for you. For example, me and Pedro made out the first night we met. We had known each other for approximately 1 hour before we durfed in the back of his pickup truck. So he's a good man because that didn't affect the way he looked at me or treated me. He immediately took me out on a date. We got married. Like, a good guy, it won't affect anything. A bad guy, it will. And you just need to accept that he's not a good guy and he's not the guy for you, and move on. And then maybe in the future, like now that you've had this happen, it probably puts a bad taste in your mouth, and maybe you want to be a little more cautious of like how soon you rush into things. But like I said, if it's a good guy, it's not going to matter if you kiss on the first date or make out on the first night or whatever. But this guy just sounds like a douche. My trash is that I wrote you a sweet note and left it on your car after the live show. I started driving home and got immediate anxiety that you were going to get a restraining order against me. So I drove back and removed it. Love you, queen. In my defense, we've all seen your car, okay? Wait, you should have kept it. I wouldn't have done a restraining order. I would not have done a restraining order. That's so funny though, that you were driving home and you were like, nope, turning around. No, we're not doing it. Queen, I love you. Thanks for whatever the letter said. That was so sweet of you. I would not have done a restraining order, especially because we were all at the live show. So you knew what my car was. It would be different if I was like at the gym and you drove to my gym and left me a note. Like, that's giving creepy. This is giving thoughtful and sweet. So thank you. Thank you very much. Help, I'm recently married and we've had sex for the first time and now I keep getting yeast infections. I don't know what's going on, but it seriously is so gross. Help. Go to a doctor. Dr. Van Dyke in the house. Your yeast infections are caused by, just kidding. I have no idea. But I do know that yeast infections suck. And when you take that little egg, the little monostat, and you shove it up your vagina to clear out all the gunk, and then you're just like leaking all that gunk for like a really long time, disgusting. And if that keeps happening, it might be your hygiene or something. I don't know. I do know that thongs can cause yeast infections a lot because like the bacteria from the butthole goes to the vagina. Like, I don't know, Dr. Van Dyke, just thinking out loud here. But I definitely think you should go to a doctor. I think you should go to a doctor because having a yeast infection for a long amount of time is not normal. And there was a time period in my life where I got a lot of yeast infections. And it was actually the time in my life where I wore thongs the most. So I feel like it's the thongs. If you're not wearing thongs, then I don't know what it is. But I bet a doctor can figure it out. I bet somebody who went to medical school can probably help you better than I. Tell us your thoughts on Tell Me Lies. Okay, you guys, I'm not caught up. I need to get all caught up. Next episode, I'm going to be all caught up and we're going to talk pop culture and TikTok and I'm going to talk Tell Me Lies. So everybody get caught up because I don't want to give any spoilers. And if you aren't watching Tell Me Lies, what are you doing? Go turn it on. It's going to be your guilty pleasure. It's so freaking good. And I haven't watched the last 2 episodes. I know, jail for me. I've been busy. Okay. But I already know from the little clips I'm seeing on TikTok that I'm going to be obsessed. So I will tell you once I've watched. I live next door to a young Utah influencer couple. Their content always has them doing cutesy things together, but reality is I hear them screaming at each other all day long. I see younger girls commenting goals on their content. I wish they all could hear and see what I do every day. I think this is a really good lesson to anyone who idolizes people online that you don't really know them or what's going on. If someone's content is 100% all the time butterflies and rainbows, I would be pretty confident that their life's not like that. And I'm sure like their content, like if they're influencers and they're making money through social media, I wouldn't be surprised if like them having the couple goals content is what helps them make a living. And if that's the case, that's actually really, really sad for them because that probably puts such a strain on the relationship and makes them feel like they can like truly love each other genuinely even harder because it feels like work. And so I would give them some grace, but also I think it's a good reminder that you just don't know what people are going through. You don't know the real truth. And I've had a lot of interactions with people who have careers online. And I will say like majority of them are very similar to the person that they perceive online. And they're very honest. But there are going to be a couple that it doesn't really fit. And you're like, wait a second, you actually are very different in person than you are online. And I mean, this might piss some people off. But I feel like if your entire content is your relationship and your marriage or your boyfriend and it's like butterflies and roses all the time, it's probably very toxic. That's just like my thoughts on it because that's not normal to have like all this pressure on your relationship to be perfect all the time and it not affect you guys personally. Like when everyone, like that's why like celebrities break up or why celebrities are private about their relationships because they don't want people to be like, I'm obsessed with them. Like, and then the minute they break up, be like, I don't believe in love anymore. Like when you have a public relationship, there is a very intense parasocial connection that people have with their relationship and they become obsessed with them. And then you feel like you have to like perform and be this perfect couple. And I think it's really bad for a relationship. And so I think if that's all someone's content is, it's probably not a great relationship. And I'm sure there are some that are great and like that's not the case. But if I was a betting woman, I would bet that most relationship focused content creators probably have some bigger issues that they don't share. And so that's just how social media is. You just have to take everything with a grain of salt and know that like what you're seeing isn't 100% the truth. And there are creators that what you see is what you get. I feel like the life that I live online is the same life I have offline. If you meet me in person, I'm the same person I am here, but that's not always the case. And so this is just a good reminder that you don't know what's going on when the cameras are off and behind social media. So remember that. And I'm going to leave you with that. That is this week's trash. Thanks for taking it out. Thanks for listening to me take out mine. I can't wait for next week for all the pop culture, TikTok trash, and Tell Me Lies trash. I'm so excited to watch. But I love you guys. I hope you have the best weekend ever. See good, do good, and don't forget to take out your trash. Love ya. Bye.